It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got Breece Hall. He's the owner of the third most rushing touchdowns league-wide. It's the Jets and the Seahawks, and it's coming up next.
The unmistakable New York skyline to the east. And we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Here's the veteran Greg Zuerlein as we are ready to start. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks come on, and that means it's Geno Smith. What a story he's been. Real turnaround here in his 12th year now in the NFL. Came out to Seattle, backed up Russell Wilson the last 3 years. Greg, he has been the starter, and he runs this Seattle offense now.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence.
They come after him right away, and definitely goes on the first play of the game. The big fella, Quentin Williams, forcing his way in for the sack. Throwing on second down, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Working out of the gun, Smith. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is first and goal. Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Now it is first and goal. Here's Walker. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up second and goal. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Lockett brings it in out wide. And that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline,
and he's into the end zone. Geno Smith, touchdown Seattle. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg, able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Myers, good on the extra point, and the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Well, the Jets come out with Aaron Rodgers. Of course, all the buildup in 2023, it lasted all of 4 snaps. But the man is a legend, a Super Bowl champ, 10-time Pro Bowler. Greg, his 20th NFL season.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. Let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the past. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level, and if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender.
They'll go again with Hall. Hall, a first down and more. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Another run here with Hall. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
That's quickly out to Williams. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
That's good for a Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And he'll be taken down.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back?
To the goal line and in. Malachi Corley. Touchdown, New York. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team 1 possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29.
A 2nd down throw for Smith. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Geno. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And he'll get forward for a couple. Hassan Reddick there to make the play. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Geno. He has Lockett over the middle. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass, unmask the defense, and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
On second down, Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On second down, it's Gino. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by DJ Reed.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. As you can see, he's right up there among the best in the league. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Still second down.
From the gun, Rodgers. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's third down and a few inches. He'll try to run for it with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Devin Witherspoon with the tight coverage as he knocks it away. On second down, a run with Hall. And he's going to be very close to a first down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short. 3rd and a yard. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Infraction, defense.
Automatic first down.
1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Seahawks 47-yard line.
Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
For another Jets. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Rodgers. That's to the right side and incomplete. Mike Williams, the one he was looking for. And that will lead to a second down. A run here with Hall. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
The master of play action, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Malachi Corley. And now it's 4th down. On comes the punt team now for the Jets, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Seahawks offense getting set to get back to work. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Gino to throw. That's the big tight end, Pharaoh Brown. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A shotgun run now with Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Still second down.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. More from MetLife Stadium after this. Third down, 3 to go. We'll try and run it with Walker. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Xavier Gibson to return for the Jets. This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at their 49-yard line.
He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
That's good for a Jets 1st down.
They'll run. This is Hall. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 on the Seahawks.
Rodgers. That's caught by the tight end, Tyler Conklin. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
To throw, it's Rodgers. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. A pass caught right side by Conklin.
Holding. Offense.
Here's Rodgers. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd and long for Rodgers. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? On the ground, it's Walker. And not much space there, only up to about the 8. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Smith. That one a bit high, but it's complete. And they're going to get him down right at the 25.
First rule of backed up offense, get the first down. The last thing you want to do, punt the ball back and give your opponent a short field. Mission accomplished. Now, can they maintain possession long enough to see if they can cap this drive off with some points?
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. Working out of the gun, Smith. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field, and that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. Here's Gino. Quick one to Smith and Jigba. He's got room past the 35. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. From the shotgun, it's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Michael Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. And he'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's Corley. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Nice play here by Malachi Corley, the young rookie wide receiver, and something we're going to continue to see out of him as the rest of the year unfolds is, Mike, he has such a knack for turning short throws into long gains, and his ability to be a ball carrier after the catch. It's really what separates certain guys from others in this league, and for a young player to have that innate kind of sense to be a ball carrier, find any ways you can get him the ball. Screens, smokes, bubbles, doesn't matter. Get the ball in his hands, and usually good things happen.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field, and this is a great example here why.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
That's good for another Jets. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Defense. Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They will run it over center with Hall. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Rodgers now. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run. It's Hall. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. They'll try it again from the 2, 2nd and goal. One more time, they give it to Hall. Powering forward, he's in. Breece Hall, touchdown Jets. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Now Zerline for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jets will move out to a 14-7 lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Here's Eskridge now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Geno. Metcalf left side, he's got it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. On 1st down, here's Geno to throw. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go. We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now, Geno. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back is Smith. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Jets offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. It's 1st down, and it's Hall. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. That one's a Corley. He's got it. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. A 1st down throw from Rodgers. A toss left side caught by his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their 2nd as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Here's a 2nd and 6. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last in.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On comes Thomas Morstead as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now fair catch is called for and made right there at the 45. The Seahawks offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Geno to throw. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Smith. It's intercepted. He tried to take on Sauce, and Gardner took it away. And he won't be able to take it all the way in, but that is a great return, and they are set up 1st and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception, but boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Jets offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. 1st and goal. That one, take it in, middle of the end zone. Mike Williams, touchdown, New York. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Very little time remaining in this 1st half as this kick is away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The Seahawks offense going to take over just before the half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now some movement up front, flags down, mistake-filled 1st half continues. So now after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. So we come to halftime in this 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jordan Love, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Adonai Mitchell, a touchdown catch in the victory. In the 1st half, we saw some great play from Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes, as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the 1st half of play. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the 2nd half. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now Rodgers and the Jets ready to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He'll have a Jets first down. He has this one past the 35 to about the 37.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 37.
They'll go again with Hall. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Rayshawn Jenkins this time on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Rodgers. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So they come to the line for first down and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
That penalty is declined.
Conklin goes in motion. A give up the middle with Hall. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
Rodgers to throw. Catch is made. That is Williams. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. That's quickly out to Williams. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Again, it's Rodgers. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the
Rodgers going up top again. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Mike Williams. Touchdown, New York. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Jets will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. Once again, it's Walker. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. Third and long. Working out of the gun, Smith. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Throwing is Smith. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Noah Fant. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. From the shotgun, Smith. Metcalf left side, he's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 5-yard line.
Now this looks like a design run, and nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
From the gun, it's Gino. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This is fielded inside the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Jets offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. That's right side and brought in by Williams. Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. The second down throw is incomplete.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And a fair catch is taken and is just inside the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense and Geno Smith getting ready for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down, and it'll go down as a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
That's complete to lock it outright. They get 18 on that one. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll run the toss with Walker. Tremendous pursuit. They force him out of bounds behind the line. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play.
You could see the running back. He's stretching it. He's stretching it. He's looking for somewhere to stick that foot in the ground and cut up field, but there was nowhere for him to go. The defense continued to take away all those cutback lanes, and he had no choice to just go out of bounds.
DJ Reed that time. Good tight coverage, and he's able to get a hand on it. The Seahawks sending out their punt team, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Kobe Bryant on the coverage.
Rodgers here on 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
He'll find Hall out of the backfield. A gain there of 15, and the Jets have a first down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. That's to the right side. He's got Corley. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. To the air once more. It's Rodgers. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On now comes the punt team for the Jets, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. This one fielded out beyond the 25. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. There's Lockett for the catch. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, Gino. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Play action now. It's Gino. Metcalf with the grab. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Off the play fake. Smith. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. From the gun, Rodgers. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
It's second down and 10.
Now a second down throw from Rodgers. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. First down for Aaron. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Brings up second and 10.
Second down, Rodgers. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. They run with Walker. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On first down is Smith. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Smith, quick one to Metcalf.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. the lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. Gino gonna throw for it. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he will have the Seahawks first down. That'll be a gain of 15 on fourth down. Now Smith. To the outside. Catch made by Brown.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Working out of the gun, Smith. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he will get into the end zone. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Now the point after try from Myers. The kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to cut the deficit. It's now 28-17. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time. They've dominated the proceedings here in the fourth quarter. A first down throw from Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Checking it down, this one is caught. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Smith. He has Lockett over the middle. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Here's Walker. And he will have the Seahawks first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
2 yards on the play. First down, Seahawks.
They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
He is tackled at the 27-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Gino. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll go. Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. And now, following the desperation turnover on downs, they're going to start with it 1st and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run it with Hall. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Out of the end zone.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. Greg, sitting up here with you, this is not the same energy we saw from this team at the start of the game. How much has the defense kind of sapped it out of them?
Oh, I think it's a big factor in this game. And when you start taking the ball away at the rate that they have today, it takes a lot of the confidence out of the offense. And I think that's the body language that you're referring to. There is a lot of doubt creeping in to this offense. And it's almost becoming to the point where you don't want to be the guy with the ball because you're afraid you're going to give it up. And when it gets to that, man, as an offense, you're in trouble.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On play action, Smith. This one finds Lockett down the left side. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you?
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Smith now. Metcalf, left side. He's got it. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. So it'll bring up 4th down. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
Well, that was a disaster. I like the call. I like going for it on 4th down. Give your offense a chance to extend this drive and maintain possession, but after going the wrong way, now they're going to have to watch the other team take over after failing to move the chains.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, here comes Hall. Has some room inside the 30. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Here's Hall. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hall. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 12. Another run here with Hall. And he's going to be taken down after a big 2nd down pickup, but we do have a penalty marker on the field. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. On the give, it's Hall. He'll be stopped here, short of the 1st down marker. Penalty flag is out as well. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. A give. Here's Hall.
The ball carrier.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Jets will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Sauce Gardner. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
Brees Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Here's 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Jets. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Jets as we say goodbye from MetLife Stadium.